Hello, everyone, and welcome to my February TBR. Oh man, I'm so excited for this month. This is gonna be a great month. So, yeah, okay, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. The first book that I will be reading this month, I don't know why I've been pausing for the start of this video. Just probably because I kind of woke up an hour ago and I've been in a very calm, peaceful-minded mood. Yeah, fuck that. Throw that out the window now, because I am now recording and thus cannot be peaceful. Anyways, first book I'm reading this month is Grand Conspiracy. You already heard about it in my last bi-weekly reader. But here, Grand Conspiracy has to be talked about because it is the first book I'm going to be reading this month, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'm not going to talk about my thoughts on it. I can say the first 4 books were phenomenal, and Grand Conspiracy is no different. I knew that going in. I know that the rest of the series just gets better and better and better. It is phenomenal. It's a fantastic book, and I'm just completely hooked all throughout. Excuse me, my God. Joanna from Joanna Reads said that this was even better than Fugitive Prince in her eyes, and you know what? So far, I'm agreeing, and I'm at the halfway point. So by the next bi-weekly reader, Grand Conspiracy will be done, and that's the first book that I have decided I will be reading this month. So after Grand Conspiracy, I will be reading Way of Adan. Look at this beautiful edition of Way of Adan. I don't even want to take the plastic off. I was showing it to my uncle earlier today, and he was telling me, well, take the plastic off. It's supposed to be taken off. But it's like, it's so good. It's so beautiful. It's so precious. How the fuck do I bring myself to take the plastic off? It's really hard to do that. I might do it, though. I probably will. At some point. Maybe. I really don't know. Regardless, Way of Adan by Philip Chase. I mean, Philip's an awesome guy, so I'm going to love this. And Jake, and everybody in the Red Company, so Jake, Chris, and Chance, have all read Way of Adan and said it's fantastic, so I'm going to love it. I just know that I will. If those guys like it, if all those guys like it, then I am going to love it too. So, not even a question. I cannot wait to read this. I mean, look at the beauty of this. I get interior art. I get... What's there not to love about reading this edition of The Way of Adan? Especially because this paper, it's so silky smooth, and oh man. It's going to be a fantastic reading experience just because of the book, but also the actual contents, I believe, are going to be fantastic, since it seems to have really touched John from Talking Story. He highly praises it, and, I mean, who can blame him? It's clearly going to be a fantastic story. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to love it. Now, for Gunmetal Gods, I will also be reading Gunmetal Gods this month. So, this is, I mean, I don't know much about it other than the back. It says, they took his child, he'll take their kingdom. Sounds badass, and this is a gorgeous edition. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh my God, thank you, God. You know what? Thank you, Zamil Akhtar. Jesus Christ. I'll explain to you what it was just now that I saw. A table of contents. Can we have more tables of contents? You know what, Philip? I'm going to judge you right now. Do you have a table of contents? Okay, you don't have a table of contents. Shame on you. Shame on you, Philip. Shame on you. Give me tables of contents. I really want more tables of contents. They're so nice. Like, they help me so much with, like, planning out my reading, because it just allows me to just look at the table, not really risk any spoilers, and just say, okay, so this is how much reading I'm going to get done today. It's really nice. Please give me more tables of contents, people. Then, I will also be reading The Failures by Benjamin Lyer. I cannot wait to be jumping into this. I've wanted to for a really long time, and now I think it is going to be the Patreon read on the Talking Story Discord. So if this is what they're going to talk about, I got to read it, since it has been on my TBR for a while. I was almost afraid that they were going to choose Dragonbone Chair. If they chose Dragonbone Chair, I was going to be pretty upset, because I wouldn't be able to talk. I don't want to read Dragonbone Chair yet. Or, well, I have plans for Dragonbone Chair. I just can't. I don't want to do it for that. So if they did choose Dragonbone Chair, I'd have to push it down the line, which would have sucked. But I get to be a part of it, even though I have been so bad, so terrible about being on all the... Oh, I'm so pissed that I missed the last... I could have sworn that I sent an email, though. Like, I could have sworn I sent out the thing for Town Square, for the final Town Square. Oh, well. That is what it is. Doesn't matter. Failures absolutely is going to be a read this month, because I've been really, really wanting to, and I like a good post-apocalypse. And what else? Oh, yeah. So, last 3 days of this month, I have two options. The Book That Broke the World, or The Breath of the Dragon. I don't know which one I'm going to read. It's going to depend on my mood. Or I might not even read these, to be very clear. I might just decide to just binge Discovery at the end of the month, which would not be a bad idea. I really can't lie. That wouldn't be a bad idea for me, because I am loving Discovery, and I have already started Discovery. Again, fantastic book from from J.A.J. Minton. All three of those people have done a brilliant job. It is a gorgeous cover. It is a fantastic story. And expect a full review whenever I finish it. I'm not going to be rushing through it. Let me be very clear about that. I'm going to take my time with it. I'm really just going to let it sink in with me. And what else? There's one more book. Oh, yeah. So, other book. It will be that book right there. A Fool's Hope. I think it's A Fool's Hope. I get the name mixed up all the time. I want to say it's A Fool's Luck, but I think it's A Fool's Hope, which is the second book in the Last War trilogy, which is what we've been reading for the Red Company, or, well, what we will continue reading for the Red Company after we do our Luthien chat, and then we'll wrap up the Red Company's, whatchamacallit, the three. Jesus Christ, help me out here. It is the Last War trilogy. But I've heard fantastic things about it from John from Talking Story. It's one of his favorite trilogies, apparently. I didn't expect to see it up there, and that is really exciting. So, he said that book 2 was amazing, even better. So, I mean, I have no reason not to believe him, because I loved book 1. I loved it so much, and I did not expect to. So, book 2 is probably going to be fantastic, and for video plans. So, as of now, because my hard drive got corrupted, I'm sorry if you heard me hitting the microphone, the plan is Spider Key review will come up Monday. And then Wednesday and Friday, I'll have something else. I'll record those eventually within the next day, and then I'll send them out to you. And speaking of, about the time that this video will go out, I will also be setting up a live, or so it'll show up as a live for a roundtable chat with Brian from BellTube on Monday, February 3rd. So mark your calendars at 6 p.m. EST. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be fantastic. He's awesome. I got to talk to him for the first time on our Wind and Truth discussion. So I'm going to love that. We all will. Or at least I will. So I'm the guy who matters. I'm the big man. Actually, he's the guest. He's going to be awesome, because he's so much fun, even in his videos. And I'm being a mess, I know. And yeah, like, what else do I have? The bi-weekly reader is going to go up at the normal time. This week's just going to be a little bit weird, so I hope you can bear with me on that. I'll probably have 2 video essays coming up next week, because I won't finish Grand Conspiracy until that week, until, like, maybe that Monday, maybe that Tuesday, and I won't have the time to actually make a video on it. Yeah, that sounds right. Wait, yeah, I won't have the time to make a video on it quite yet, so Grand Conspiracy video will not go up until the week after next week, as of the release of this video. So, and also alongside that week, I'll probably have a Way of a Dan review. So I should actually say which books I'm going to have a review out on. So Way of a Dan, Grand Conspiracy, both going to get reviews. Failures, absolutely going to get a review. Gunmetal Gods, going to get a review. Discovery, going to get a review. Breath of the Dragon, I will definitely do a review for that. Now, The Book That Broke the World, probably won't get a review out of me. So, because I read book 1 before I joined BookTube, I read it back in February of last year, I don't want to make, like, books 2 and 3. I know I'm doing that with Wars of Light and Shadow, but I don't care. I'm making those because they make me happy. Now, Book That Broke the World is second in a trilogy, and so, like, Wars of Light and Shadow, there's 11 books. It's not a problem. Now, Book That Broke the World, as I said, I'm definitely going to wait until I read all 3 books, and then I'm going to have a full trilogy review, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure that'll be fun. And what else do I have to say? I think that's about it. And Josh from Already Overbooked, I will be having a roundtable chat with him on February the 10th. That's going to be fantastic at about 6 p.m. No, 7 p.m. I'll get the whole thing up within the next week. It'll be easy to set up. Thing is, easy things are so easy to, like, just push back, you know? It's like, oh yeah, that's easy, I can do that in, like, 2 seconds. And then you go, yeah, I can do it in 2 seconds, so just get it out of the fucking way, you dumbass. Anyways, that's what I have for this month. I hope you all, tell me, tell me what you guys are reading. Tell me what you guys think of these books. Have you read any of them? What do you think of them? And that's about all I have to say. I hope you all have a fantastic day, have a fantastic weekend, since this is going up on a Saturday. And I'll see you all next time on Monday.